Is the NFL already trying to screw over the Detroit Lions out of a possible Super Bowl trip? With the assignment of a controversial ref, many Lions fans are beginning to think so. Stay tuned, everybody.
We used to be a team no one respected. We used to be a team no one feared. That was then. This is now.
First victory of the year on the line. Goff's got it. Back, looks, throws, end zone. Yes! Caught!
You know who we are.
10-5, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions!
And you know where to find us. We won't be far. We'll be on your front porch waiting for you. We are the New Era Lions, and
we are driven by Detroit.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. I'm your host, David T. Pike, and as always, we're diving in right now. But before we dive on in, I just want to say to all my loyal fans and subscribers, thank you all for coming back. Thank you all for devoting some more time to watching my content. It means the world to me that I have such loyal fans and subscribers, and I'm thankful for each and every one of y'all. And to those that are tuning into my show for the very first time, again, thank you all for devoting some of your time to watch the content. But even more so, I just want to say thank you all for what you do as well. I hope you all enjoy the content, but even more so, I just want to say that I hope to gain your subscription if I've earned and deserved it. And with that being said, to everybody, I just want to say I hope you all are having a great day. I pray you're having a great day. And with that, God bless, and let's dive into the show. So, here's the thing, folks. When it comes to the Detroit Lions, if you are a Lions fan, you definitely know the feeling of getting screwed, in essence, with your pants on, is the euphemism that one would use here. Because when it comes to the refs, it seems like the Lions always seem to get the bad ref job, how do I put this? The worst refs at the most bad times. Because it's like every single time where we need a play to not go the opposite way, or we just need a break to go our way, it always seems to not work that way. And there have been plenty of instances of this over the past. But when it comes to the Detroit Lions, there are two specific refs that will forever, ever live in infamy here in Detroit as the biggest cheaters of the entirety of NFL history for us. The first one, and recency bias being what it is Brad Allen for the job he did in the Dallas Cowboys Week 17 primetime game with the whole substitution nonsense. That's number one. But number two, and a very, very close number two, I would say this is 1B to, Allen's 1A. 1B is Clete Blakeman. And the reason why I talk about Clete Blakeman is because it has been announced that for the NFC Conference Championship game, the Lions will be getting Clete Blakeman as the referee for the game. Now, I can hear already a lot of Lions fans' blood starting to boil. I can already hear the explicitives. I can already hear Lions fans saying it's another screw job, it's another whatever by the NFL to try to screw the Lions out of a potential big-time moment. And I got to be honest here, in times past, I would have tried to quiet this down. I would have tried to play the voice of reason, but I got to be honest here. I can't do that with this one. Because all of the evidence prior to this point has shown that, yeah, the NFL is definitely trying to set up stuff. Again, go back to the Lions-Rams playoff game, the most watched playoff game since the Super Bowl. That one had 35.8 million views. You don't honestly think the NFL didn't potentially set that one up the way they did with the Week 17 screw job by the freaking refs over the Lions in Jerry World? You don't think that the freaking Rams winning their game against the 49ers had nothing to do with that? I can guarantee you the NFL at least had some sort of a hand in it. I can't say that there's no reason why they wouldn't have. It just goes better for them to make money. But now you take a look at it from this perspective. The Lions win the game over the Rams. The Lions win the game over the Bucs. Now they're in their second conference championship game since 1991. And everybody and their brother has been talking about ever since the logo design for Super Bowl 58, I believe it's Super Bowl 58, has come out. Everyone's been noticing about the colors because the last three Super Bowls, anytime the color scheme has came out, that has been the team's primary color that has played in the Super Bowl. Well, what are the colors this year? Purple and red. Well, let's think about it. Who's the purple team that's remaining in the NFL's, Super Bowl race? That's the Ravens. They're on the AFC side, so okay, that takes care of the AFC. What team on the NFC side's primary color is red? That would be the 49ers. Seems to be kind of interesting how that conspiracy theory works when the Lions then get a referee who has such a controversial history with the team. What controversial history? Well, if you're a true Lions fan, or if you've been a Lions fan for at least longer than, about 10, 12 years, you'd know exactly what I'm talking about here. Go back to 2019. It was a Monday Night Football game, if I recall correctly. The Lions were in Lambeau. They were playing the Green Bay Packers. In that game, that's where Clete Blakeman went down as being one of the worst refs for Detroit Lions fans because of hands to the face. And he called it not once, but twice against Trey Flowers in what were clearly not hands to the face penalties because the hand never came anywhere close to the face of the Packers lineman. But yet both calls were made, and what did those calls do? They extended drives for the Packers, which allowed them to win the game over the Lions in a primetime game where had the Lions won that game, they might have been able to actually build some momentum in that season. Not really going to go much further than that, but the whole point is those two penalties screwed the Lions out of a potential victory, not only in a primetime matchup, but against a division rival, a very hated division rival. That has never left the Detroit Lions fandom. They have never forgotten that. They have never forgotten Clete Blakeman. In fact, a lot of Lions fans affectionately refer to Clete Blakeman as Clete the Cheat because that was where he got started here in Detroit. And any time that the Lions faithful have found out that Clete Blakeman is going to be officiating a game, they instantly know it is not going to be a good afternoon, evening, or morning for the Lions fans because they already know that there's going to be bad calls, there's going to be controversial calls, and more often than not, they're going to go against the Lions. And more often than not, it's more than likely going to cause the Lions to lose the game or be put into a position where they don't want to be. So, that right there is what I know a lot of Lions fans are livid about. They are furious over. And if not, they soon will be. Because let's think about this, folks. This is a conference championship game. This is not the time for an NFL screw job. This is not the time for a screw up. You should have the best of the best out there officiating these games. And I'm sorry, Clete Blakeman is not one of them. The point of the matter is, it's like, listen, I don't care what the NFL tries to pull. Clete Blakeman is not a top NFL ref. And after what we saw in the divisional round, to me it's like, why couldn't we get that ref crew again? Or why couldn't we get a ref crew that was similar to that one? Because to me it's like, listen, I already know what's going to happen with the Lions in this game against the 49ers. It's probably going to be a lot tighter than what most people are thinking because if I recall correctly, the Lions are already 7-point underdogs against the 49ers. And what's going to happen is the Lions are going to be in a position to where they can potentially win, and it's going to come down to a call by Clete Blakeman and his referee crew. I can see it coming a mile away. Now, I'm going to say this. As much as us Lions fans are going to groan and moan about this, I guarantee you what I know Dan Campbell is telling his players if they hear about this, don't worry about it. Don't even let it be a bother to your mind or to your thought process. You know what? Just put your head down, do your job. You want to know why? Because to them, they're going to be like, listen, we've had adversity in the past. We've had bad calls that have not gone our way, that have affected us. We've still found a way to overcome them. We've had games where we've had bad things happen to us, and we've still found a way to overcome them. The reason I'm saying this is because the way that the Lions are probably going to look at it is even if Clete Blakeman is something that gets brought up, whether it's in a meeting or a practice, whatever the case might be, the Lions are going to look at it and simply say, listen, we've just got to play much better. We've just got to play that much more clean so that way Clete Blakeman and the refs don't have a possible chance to throw a bad flag against us. Now, I know Lions fans are going to say, but David, if it's a blatantly obvious bad flag, it doesn't matter what happens. That's the whole point. You've still got to play better than the refs. You've still got to play good enough to where if it comes down to that, one bad call or two bad calls is not going to make a difference in the outcome of the game. This is a time where the Lions are going to have to play their absolute best, not only because of the opponent they're playing, but in my opinion, because of the ref that they're getting. It's like, listen, you got to go out there, you got to put your best foot forward in every single phase of the word, because if you don't, it could cost you. And I hate to say it that way, but that's the way Dan Campbell's going to put it anyway. It's like, listen, we've dealt with adversity the entirety of the year. It's no different here. Doesn't matter if it's from the Zebra Stripes or if it's from the 49ers. You just got to deal with it. You just got to overcome it. Now, I will say this. At least in this sense, this year, Clete Blakeman has not been nearly as, I would say, flag happy in throwing flags out there. In fact, his crew is ranked 12th out of 17 in the most amount of flags thrown. So actually, his crew's been less willing to throw flags this year. And also, to again be fair to Clete Blakeman, because I don't want to just completely dog the guy, even though I don't like him as a referee, typically when they call flags, it's usually split pretty evenly between the home crew and, between the home team and the away team. But I will say this, Lions fans don't give a hoot and hanny or a thunder who's getting the majority of the flags. What they care about is, one, is it a legitimate flag? But also, two, when in the game is the damn flag being thrown? Because if it's going to happen like in the Dallas game where it's literally you've got less than 30 seconds left in the game and it's a play that can help you win the game and a flag comes out on a blown call, or if a flag gets picked up that should have been a flag, and it's on the opposing team, I'm telling you this right now, there ain't going to be no amount of freaking apologies. There ain't going to be no amount of anything that the NFL is going to be able to say or do that is going to try and wash that away. You're going to have the Lions faithful coming after Roger Goodell in the NFL. You're going to have players, ex-players coming after the NFL. You're going to have analysts that are going to be saying the same thing because it's like, listen, this is not a time for screwing up. You can't do it in the conference championship game. You can't do it in the Super Bowl. Really, you shouldn't be able to do it in any game. But it's like, listen, refs are human beings. But that's why these ref crews are in the NFL's playoffs period right now. They're supposed to be the best ones. That's why they get the bonus money. That's why they're selected for the playoffs. I'm just going to say this right now. I just hope and pray to dear God above that Clete Blakeman does not screw us over. Because if he does, I don't want to even know what the public outcry is. I don't want to even know what the outcome is going to be for the NFL. It will not be a pretty picture. And the only reason I say that is because us Lions fans, we know when a screw job is on the horizon, and this has got all of the classic earmarks of it because we know the type of ref Clete Blakeman is, and we know how the NFL has screwed over the Lions more times than we care to admit. So it's like, listen, please, for the love of God, let this be a good game. Let this be a game where it's like, listen, the refs are not going to have a chance to potentially sway the outcome one way or the other. If we lose fair and square, so be it. I can at least live with that. But if we lose because a ref screws us over, that I will not live with, that I will not accept with. I will be furious. Probably more so than I am listening about the news about Clete Blakeman getting the job for this game. But say la vie. Like I said, Dan Campbell is going to tell his team, listen, we got to do our job. We got to do our job well. We're just going to have to see what happens on Sunday at 6:30. But with that having been said, I think I've done a good job of expressing this bad news for Lions fans. And with that having been said, I just want to say thank you all for watching another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. If you like what you saw, by all means, I highly encourage y'all to watch the next episode that I got coming at the end of this one. I also want to encourage y'all, please, 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 to do one of these three things. Like, comment, and subscribe. If by chance you subscribed in the past, you forgot to do so at the time, or you just subscribed and not had a chance to do so, again, please subscribe. It helps me out, and I'm thankful for every subscription that I can get my hands on. But also, I want to encourage y'all, please, after you subscribed, make sure you turn on that bell notification icon as well, so that way you never miss any more content that I push out. Again, it always helps me out when the subscription numbers come in because the subscription numbers are always coming up. But we want to make sure that you guys turn on that notification icon, so that way you never miss any more content that I push out. To also help in that endeavor, I encourage y'all, please, share this content with your Lions friends and family members. Share it here on YouTube, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it anywhere and everywhere you can with everybody and anybody that you can. The more we share it, the better the channel grows, the better the channel spreads, which encourages more people to join the fold. And with that being said, again, I just want to say thank you to everybody for devoting some of your time to watch the content. It means the world to me. If you just joined the family as an MCM subscriber, please, just want to say thank you for everything that you do. And if you still haven't joined, hopefully I'll get another chance in the future to do so. But with that, I just want to say everybody, God bless. Hope you all are having the best of days. And until the next time we meet, I'll see you all in the next episode.